Morning. Welcome to TreadTalk. My name's Cray. They had a power outage here, so took advantage of the time I have in the morning to get some things done that I knew I wouldn't be able to do because the power would be out. So we're out here just a little bit in the afternoon, and it's a nice sunny day out there. Got a lot of natural light coming in, just nice. Walking around town, had to get my truck fixed, walk back to the house. Good walking in today because of that. So I think one of the things a lot of people don't understand about getting on a journey like this, or just losing weight or getting your nutrition dialed, is that there's quite a bit that happens, obviously, in your brain, body, or understanding that you need to get in better shape, is when you get a dopamine rush. Say you're watching a marathon, you're watching a car race or whatever, and you think to yourself, man, I could do that. And that dopamine hits you, right? Gets you in the mood to start doing these kinds of things. It's the excitement hormone. It's the one that makes you believe that you can do it, right? Gets you in the mood. So when you start exercising, this obviously is one of the things that happens first. Going to the gym, or you start doing your routines, you start getting your life together or whatever. But when you start exercising and doing the thing that your dopamine triggered you into doing, that's when you start getting all the endorphin rush, right? The euphoria, the pleasure. It's the kind of thing that, again, with the rush, right? Dopamine, endorphins, the two work synergistically and they give you that rush. So when you get the endorphins running, produce things like adrenaline, epinephrine, those signal chemicals that make you want to do these things. Dopamine high, keep the endorphins high, gives you that sense of, let's go. So understanding that those particular things are the first types of hormone or chemical reactions and mood changes that you will feel is usually from dopamine and the endorphins. And because you're working out or because you're exercising more than you did, you might experience a little lull here and there, which is why it's important to keep it consistent. So if you're consistent with that, after about 2 or 3 weeks, serotonin shows up regularly. In order to keep up with the dopamine and the endorphins that you're running, it's the happiness hormone. It's the hormone that makes you feel good. State of wellness, start latching on or feeling the outside edges of that peaceful feeling after you've done your exercises or you've done a workout or whatever. That's the serotonin. And it will continue to produce. It's one of the main hormones that'll keep you in that state of happiness about what you're doing, how you're progressing, your sense of wellness, your sense of being. And having that being produced on a regular basis is one of the reasons why people will stay consistent. But it takes a little time to get there. Serotonin could take anywhere from 2 to 4 to 6 weeks to start showing up at a rate where you don't really experience drop-off and let you experience that mood-altering shift in your consciousness, in the way that you're behaving, in the way that you're acting, the way that you feel. And serotonin is also very important for when you get deep into that first 5-6 months, depending on what your journey's like. If you're at the heavy end, serotonin is your friend. It's the one thing that's going to make you keep going if you've fallen off the wagon. And the fourth hormone that really shows up after you've been super consistent, after about 3-4 months, is oxytocin. Now, oxytocin is one of those chemicals that your brain produces that most would consider a self-love chemical. It gives you this super sense of standing by your choices, understanding the decisions you've made, rewiring your mindset, applies discipline, makes you realize how much motivation you have. Oxytocin is one of those chemicals that your brain allows you to use in order to just keep going, and not necessarily in a sense of, oh man, this is a grind. You're like, bro, this is awesome. We're doing awesome. Let's keep going. You don't understand how good this is for us. So unlocking this information, allowing your brain to understand that this journey isn't necessarily a fight or flight. We want to do this for the long term. And when you get to that state, they don't go away. I'm 3 years into this version of me physically. I've leveled up and grown so much in these last 3 years. Learned a lot about this, learned a lot about my body, mainly because it wasn't working. The things that I had done in my 20s, late 20s, the methodology was not applicable to my current physique, my current metabolism, on old training methods, diet habits, etc. And then I had to look into it, research things, how to apply basically the same knowledge, but to an older version. Hormonal health is very important. It's one of those things that I don't think a lot of people understand because, again, there's not a lot of information out there. Most people, when they get into their 40s, their 50s, they start having these issues, mental fog, extreme fatigue, lack of understanding of how to manage their blood, manage their diets. We all know that there's information out there, but a lot of this information is self-seeking. All right, I gotta take this off. Having good hormonal health and understanding what is necessary or needed to improve it is a very important factor as you age. But I got all my hormones checked, like I said, 2.5, 3 years ago. I did all the necessary stuff. I did lose weight. I did make progress, but I was still suffering from all the same effects. Understanding stuff like this, realizing again I was right on the brink. The dopamines, the endorphins, the adrenalines, the tocins. Your brain's capable of altering your mood in such a way that it makes you change your behavior. I think that's a fascinating thing. But if you change your mood, your hormones will change, your outlook changes. It's how you build your mindset. It's how you get the discipline. It's how you create a mind where small problems, even big problems, don't overwhelm you. Being able to look at a situation and understand that it's not overwhelming, or you have a process built through routine, through habits, that allows your mind to go to a state of analysis as opposed to a state of chaos. It's important. When you rewire your brain through these types of activities, those connections will become permanent in most cases. There is a certain amount of synaptic stoppage as you age, but when you start doing these things, your brain actually starts to create a better mental mood. Finding the fitness that fits you will do all kinds of benefits. Stop. And we'll talk to you tomorrow.